Hi guys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing another celebrity recreation makeup tutorial, and today it's going to be on Catriona Gray. After I did my Kelsey Merritt tutorial, so many of you guys requested Catriona Gray, so I was very excited to see that so many of you wanted to see a Catriona Gray makeup tutorial. I'm half Filipino. A lot of you guys were surprised when I said that in the last half Filipino makeup tutorial that I did. So yeah, today we're doing Catriona Gray. This is a really fun, full glam look, and we've got the contacts going and everything, just so it's more authentic to the look that we're recreating. Before we get into it, guys, please make sure that you subscribe to my channel so you can stay updated whenever I upload new videos for you. And then also, please be sure to come follow me on Instagram too, because you guys will always find me on Instagram whenever I am not here on my YouTube channel. And now we'll just get into the tutorial. Lip balm, coconut Kopari, lip glossy, major necessity. So the look we're gonna be doing today is this one right there. It's a video. My phone screen is still cracked. Will I ever get it fixed? I don't know. So if I click it, you guys will see it for a second. There. That's the one we're doing. If you watch the actual video, they do show close-ups of the makeup look. It's a really pretty smoky eye with some glitter and stuff, so that's the look we're doing today. Okay, so for eyeshadows, we're gonna be using the NARS Skin Deep palette because it has all of the shades that we need. I'm using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, just a tiny, tiny bit on the eyelid, just so that the shadows have a little bit more of a clean canvas to show up against. So I'm gonna take this shade Taunt on a fluffy Eco Tools brush and just blend this in the crease and up to the brow bone. Okay, next we're gonna take the shade Undressed on that same brush, and that's just gonna go right in the crease, just softly blended out, just so we can build up the smokiness. And I'm gonna do one more layer of this just to really build up the intensity so we can get it a little bit deeper. And I'm also gonna place it just right on that outer corner, kind of blend it in a little too. So then on a pencil brush, I'm gonna be picking up the shade Bali, and I'm gonna use this to further define the outer corner and the lash line a little bit. And I'm also using a clean blending brush just to kind of soften the lines, just because we're working with matte shadows, and just blending as you go makes things a lot easier. So next I'm gonna be picking up the shade Icon, and I'm gonna place that on the bare parts of the lid. So just right here, I'm just gonna like lightly tap that onto the eyelid. And you're gonna pull it up to where it meets the crease. And then on my finger, I'm gonna take that shade Centerfold, and I'm just gonna lightly pat that on top to give it more of a glitter effect, like more twinkling, and it looks like she has a really soft, glittery pearl shade. Same thing on the other eye. Just lightly pat it. I'm gonna take my brush again and just do some more blending, just so that everything plays well with each other and they all meet each other in a nice soft blend and nothing's too harsh. So now we can start prepping the base and working on the base makeup, just because I like doing the lower lash line after foundation and concealer. I just feel like it makes everything blend more seamlessly together. So to prime the skin, I'm gonna be using the Physicians Formula Spotlight Primer. Basically, I'm just gonna dot this all over and then lightly blend it in everywhere with my fingers. I'm gonna do one more pump just to get a more intense strobe, because her face looks really glowy in that photo. So Catriona wears a lot of full coverage foundation. She really likes that like full glam perfected base look. So we're gonna be using a really nice full coverage foundation. This one's from L'Oreal. It's the L'Oreal Fresh Wear Foundation. I wear the shade 475. And then we will just dot this all over the skin. I'm gonna use my IT Cosmetics foundation brush just to blend it. So you really wanna make sure that you blend, blend, blend. With a foundation like this, you really wanna take your extra time just so that you can get a nice full coverage effect, but you don't want it to look cakey. So blending is key. To conceal the face, brighten up the under eyes, I'm gonna be using the L'Oreal Infallible Full Wear Concealer, and mine is in the shade 385 Amber. So I'm just gonna do a little bit right there, little under the eyes, and we'll do a stripe down the nose just to highlight a little bit. And I find the best way is to just use your fingers to blend because it is a little bit more full coverage. So just the warmth of your hands will help shear the product out, and the warmth of your fingers will allow you a little bit more playtime than if you were to use a brush. I just find that like your fingers will just give you the best result. So I would say just blend it in with your fingers or a sponge, but fingers are best in this scenario. After you've let the foundation and concealer set on the skin, I would say about 30 seconds to a minute, you will see that it sets down to a satin matte finish. So we don't have to powder, but we might go in and powder later, but just hold off on the powder because we're gonna be using a couple cream products. So I'm going to contour and lightly bronze the skin. I'm using the Tom Ford shade in Illuminate. I'm obsessed with this. I like to pick it up with a brush. I just feel like I get a little bit more control that way. And then you always wanna just tap off a little bit of excess onto the back of your hand so you don't go in like full power with a too dark contour. So I'm just going to lightly chisel out the cheekbones. Now, if you do use a little bit too much cream contour, don't freak out. All you wanna do is blend it back into the hairline instead of pull it further into the middle of the face. So if you ever feel like you've overdone it with cream contour, the trick is just blend it back towards the hairline, and then you won't have to deal with the center of the face getting muddy. And then if you want to contour your nose to be a little bit more of her shape, you just put a little bit of contour right on the top, like that, and then blend it out with your finger. Okay, so now we're gonna finish off the lower lash line. I'm gonna take Brownie from Marc Jacobs, and I'm gonna use this to tightline and waterline the eyes. Then, on a pencil brush, we're going back in with the shade Polly, and we're gonna blend this all along the lower lash line from the outer corner to the inner corner. And just go back and forth so you can really smudge it, smoke it out, make it as hazy as possible. On the cheek, she has a really nice, like muted peachy coral shade. So I'm gonna use Bellini Brunch from Bare Minerals. As you guys can see, it is a muted peachy coral shade. So I'm just gonna lightly work this onto the apples of the cheeks and pull it back to meet with that contour. To highlight the skin, I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Powder Highlight. And I'm just gonna take it on a Laura Mercier finishing brush just so I can get like a nice all over glow, and just lightly apply this all over the face. For the top lash line, I'm just gonna take some of that Brownie liner, and I'm gonna use this to like define those top lashes. And then from the palette, I'm gonna pick up Coconut Grove and just lightly tap that on top of the gel liner, just so it stays in place all day. For mascara, I'm gonna use the Smashbox Full Exposure. Kind of load the lashes up with this until we get a false lash effect. Take it on the lower lashes to really beef those up too. For lips, she has like a nudie pinky brown, so I'm gonna line my lips with NYX Nude Truffle. Then for lip color, I'm using the L'Oreal Rouge lip color in the shade I Create. And this shade is super, super, super similar to whatever she's wearing. It's like the perfect look-alike shade. And then we need just a tiny bit of gloss. So I'm gonna use the Bobbi Brown Juicy Date crushed liquid lip, just a tiny bit, because we don't want it to be matte because hers is glossy. And this is the finished look. Let's make sure I don't have lipstick on my teeth. Okay, we're good. This is the finished Catriona Gray makeup look. After I did Kelsey Merritt, I got so many DMs from you guys asking for a Catriona Gray makeup tutorial, and she generally always goes for like the same look. It's always like really full glam skin and then generally like a smoky eye, and she wears contacts a lot too. So I had so much fun recreating this for you guys. I love when you guys request celebrity makeup tutorials, and then especially in this case, like where I got so many of you guys requesting Catriona Gray, it's so much easier because then I know exactly who you guys want to see me recreate. So if there's any other celebrity tutorials that you guys really want to see in the near future, leave them down below in the comments. I am always looking for suggestions, or you can send them to me as a DM as well. Other than that, guys, products and everything will be listed in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching this. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!